AI Dungeon 2. This is The Adventures of Sir Boobop, or Sir Zubop Zingleton. I'm sure that won't become hard to say. That is what I named our night. Travis and I will be making a series of random decisions playing AI Dungeon. If you've ever played a game like Zork or what's the other one? Battlestar is another popular one. That's like a sci-fi one. It's a text-based adventure game, but it is generated through the use of AlphaZero. So the story is different. It's based on every other time. Like it changes based on what other decisions people have made and stuff like that.
Just doesn't.
Yeah. And it's but the big difference is there's no list of set commands that you have to follow. So you can literally type anything in, and as long as it's not like gibberish, it will accept it as a command, and it will be able to execute it in some way and change the way the world responds based on that. So here we are. We are Sir Zubop Zingleton, a knight from the country of Sevillon. We have a pony and a spiked sword. You are beginning a crusade to kill the nefarious fiend of Larion. You have heard that it likes to live south of the land. You set out towards a barren plain that will take you there. As you approach, you see a group of men fighting with their horses. Now, I don't know if that means they're, struggling to get their horses to cooperate, if they're using their horses as a weapon of war. It says they look like they might be bandits or raiders. The man on top of the horse is wearing a red cape, which he waves at you as he rides past. What do we do? Wave
back?
Yeah, wave back. I guess wave my cape back at the on the horse. So, yes, you wave your cape in front of him, but he doesn't seem to notice. He keeps riding. The next day, you arrive at the plains. There are several hills around the area, so you decide to camp here for the night. Okay. What do we do while we're camping at night?
Make fire.
Make a campfire. You light a fire and sit down near it. You watch the flames dance around the embers as you eat some meat off of nearby bones. Okay, I didn't realize there were nearby bones. A few hours later, you hear shouting coming from the direction of the hill. You get up and go investigate.
So we're only typing in actions, right? I'm not going to be like, and then I said to Mike, right?
Right, yeah. So we're only typing in what we might want to do.
Put our shoes on.
Put your boots on and walk over to where the shouts are coming from. The voices sound like they're coming from the top of the hill. You look down and see a group of men with horses standing there. They're dressed in red cloaks and carrying spears.
So the voices sound like they're coming from the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And we look down and see a group of men standing at the top of the hill?
Yes, I guess. Or maybe we're at the top of maybe we walked to the top of the hill, now we're looking down the hill.
Yeah.
And so it was like coming over the hill.
They're dressed in red cloaks and carrying spears.
Yeah.
Approach the men?
Approach the men in the red cloaks. You stand beside them and speak to them. One of them speaks to you, but you don't understand any of his words. You just know that he's an elf. You ask him what he wants, and he tells you that he needs help getting back home. So I guess we can understand him in some way. Well, where where's this help? Where? Alright. I ask the elf. Where his home is located. Be as specific as possible. He asks the elf where his home is located, and he replies by pointing to a small hut on the other side of the hill. You follow him inside the hut and find that it's made out of wood and has a door that leads into a room with a bed, table, and chair. Okay? So we're
Sit
in
on
his
the chair.
house. I guess we helped him get back home. That's what he was asking for, right?
Sit on the chair.
Sit on
Ob.
the chair.
We can do this with like people in the chat telling us what to do.
Yeah. We could write a script that would allow people to do it themselves.
You
like
sit on the
Twitch
chair and
plays
wait
Pokemon.
for the elf to return. When he returns, you explain everything that happened. He says that he'll be able to get you back home in no time.
We helped him get back home.
Show elf where our home is.
Show the elf where your home is located, and he nods and smiles before leaving. You thank him for helping you and tell him that you'll be sure to remember him when you get back home.
Go home.
Go home. You head towards the castle and tell everyone what happened. You also tell them that if anyone needs help, they should come to you. I guess nobody. Head towards the castle. Wait, I thought we were headed out to slay Larion. I guess.
There's many paths that we have to take before we slay. Towards the castle tower.
Who needs help inside the castle, inside the cattle?
So yeah, Mr. Robot did a really weird episode of not a full episode, but like where they had a text-based game type of thing.
Yeah, it's
Kinda
like the plot.
No, kind of to
Oh.
like just interview a person. And it was really confusing, and that scene was really confusing, and I just had to bring it up when we watched it. But well, they didn't really do it on. I don't know if they did it on purpose or not, but there's a little girl that's interviewing Angela and Mr. Robot.
Mm-hmm.
And like a season later, they use that little girl as like the young version of Angela in a flashback. So I don't know if it was just like a case of like they hire the same actress or
Yeah, or if it means
or if it's some like weird like what's going on.
Yeah.
But they just had Elliot kind of in that room that Angela was in this episode, I guess. And there's a text-based type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's without spoilers. So.
All right. So we're seeing who needs help inside the castle, even though we already said that they should come to you. But we need stuff to do because apparently we've forgotten about Larion. So we enter the castle and it's empty except for a few guards outside. Tell the guards that someone is looking for help, and they all head outside to search for whoever it is. So we've sent them on a search for. You find yourself walking through a corridor, and suddenly you feel a sharp pain in your leg.
Say like inject
Yeah.
something in your leg.
I was gonna say investigate leg.
That's good.
Investigate leg pain. You investigate the leg wound and find that it's caused by a spear. It looks like the one that killed your friend. I didn't realize our friend.
You run back, so you can run with this.
So yeah, you run back into the corridor and hide behind a wall. A guard comes running past you and sees you hiding behind the wall. Stab the guard. Ask the guard if he was the one who
Was this you?
wounded me with the spear.
Ask him if he's a medic.
You ask the guard if he's the one who wounded you with the spear, and he
Oh.
says yes. You ask him how he got away, and he says that he ran straight ahead and jumped onto a horse. You follow him to the nearest town and report the incident to the mayor. I don't know why we couldn't have just stabbed.
See if
the
you can
guard.
write something like, ask the mayor of MangoTown.
Ask to speak to the mayor of MangoTown. That might cause this thing to break, but we'll see. Oh, you speak to
Nice.
the mayor of MangoTown, and he agrees to meet you in the town square. You walk along the square to find that it's filled with people. You are wearing hats, and the others are not. You recognize the mayor of this town as Mr. Zoolander.
Who else would we...
Oh, all right.
Good thing he's not the president, though.
Yeah.
He's just the mayor.
Ask if the mayor needs.
Ask him if he's Ben
Anyone.
Stiller.
Ask the mayor if he is Ben Stiller. Oh, ask if the mayor if he is Ben. Yes, and walks away. You wonder what he would say since you've never seen him before. You try to ask again, but he turns his back on you and walks away. Ask the mayor if he has a job he needs done. He says no. You think that maybe he isn't interested in hiring you, so you leave. Huh. Ask
What work?
around for work. You walk around asking for jobs. Nobody seems to want anything to do with you, so you give up. No!
Play a game of chess. With, I don't know, it could be with someone, I don't know.
Chess. Play a game of chess with a man named John. You both agree you will meet each other again sometime soon. It doesn't say who won.
Ask how soon.
Ask. Oh,
Ooh. Show anything damaging? Well, we downloaded
I
recently?
have no idea. It was the downloads page, though. You ask how soon you can meet again, and he says, as soon as possible. You smile and nod and walk away. Ask for directions to Larion. See if it remembers who Larion is. You ask for directions to Larion, and he gives you directions to a tavern called the Red Lion Inn. You enter the tavern and ask the bartender for directions to Larion. He tells you it's a long way to Larion, but he knows a shortcut. Ask politely for the shortcut. You ask politely for the shortcut, and he says, sure thing. You walk out of the tavern and across the street and find yourself at a road junction. You can take the main road, or you can take the shortcut.
Let's take the shortcut.
Take the shortcut. Let's see if we can get to Larion. Take the shortcut and find yourself at a fork in the road. You could either continue down the path to the left or turn right and head towards the mountains. You choose the right path and eventually reach a large wooden bridge. You cross the bridge and find yourself in a large courtyard.
Pay respects to the dead. That's a graveyard.
Yeah. Examine courtyard. You see a woman sitting in the corner of the courtyard. She wears a cloak and her hair is tied up in a bun. And she sits in a messy bun and her eyes and her hands. Okay. The AI is starting to lose its mind a little bit. Do we approach the lady sitting in a messy bun and her eyes and her hands? In the corner. You approach the courtyard and see a woman in the corner of the courtyard. Oh no. She wears a cloak and her hair is tied up in a bun and her eyes are dirty and her hands. Oh. Okay, that makes slightly more sense. Say hello to the woman. You say hello to the woman and she smiles and waves at you. You decide that you'd ask her if she knows about the Larion. You ask if she knows about the Larion, and she says, "Oh yes, I do," and points to a building nearby. You follow her and find yourself in front of a large stone building with a sign above it that says the Larion. Well, that's not what we were looking for.
I think we were. Enter the building.
Yeah. You enter the building and find yourself in a large foyer. The entrance is guarded by two men dressed in leather armor. One of them is holding a halberd, and the other holds a lute. I knew I would have been right with the lute music. Ask the guard with the lute if he knows how to play Wonderwall. No, if he knows how to play Freebird.
Important questions.
You ask the guard with the lute if he knows
right.
how to play Freebird. Freebird. Oh yes, that's right. You're here to rescue Princess Peaches. And he starts playing a song on his lute. Okay.
Are we here to rescue Princess Peaches?
No, I thought we were here to kill the Larion. So the fact that the Larion appears to be a community center or something with the princess in it. But yeah. So he starts playing Freebird. Sing along with the bard. Sing along slightly out of sing along poorly with the bard. Or the guard. I guess he's not a bard, but maybe. You sing along with the bard, and he sings a silly song about how he wants to marry you and he loves you very much. You realize that you don't know anything about this place. Ask the other guard about this place. This is the Larion. No. You ask the guard about this place and he says, "I'm sorry, sir, but we don't have any princesses here. We only serve the king," and leaves. The guard leaves.
Yep.
Okay. You follow him and you find yourself in another room full of furniture and paintings. Examine what paintings. You examine the paintings and find that they depict various scenes from different parts of the world. There's a scene of a forest where a little girl dances with a prince, while a bunch of fairies, end sentence. There's a scene of a group of pirates fighting some guys. Steel pirate painting. Oh. You sneak over, hear a noise outside, and go outside to see a pirate painting being painted by a young boy. He notices you and yells at you and runs off. You run after him and manage to catch him and pull him into the castle. Okay?
Interrogate boy.
Is that how you spell interrogate?
What was it?
We could waterboard him.
INTRROGAT.
Okay. Interrogate boy. You interrogate the boy and learn that he is an orphan androgynous child. He tells you that he lives in a small village called Hogsback, which is located near the border between the Kingdom of Seville. He goes on to tell you that he has been he has been
Ask to go on, please. Continue.
Ask him to elaborate. You ask the boy his name, and he says, "My name is Peaches." What if he is Princess Peaches? He's an androgynous child.
We only kiss him.
Oh. Well, ask if he is Princess Peaches. Of course not. I am Peaches.
Ask if they know any other fruit-based.
You are Peaches the princess. Yeah. Yes, of course I am.
He kisses us.
Yep, well. Ask why they are kissing us. Always ask, kids. Because you are my girlfriend now and I love you. And he pulls your hand into his own and kisses you on the lips.
Inform that this is not true.
Tell them that we've never met before. You inform the guards that you have never met before, and they look surprised.
Mock their surprised look.
Mock their Oh, not surprise.
Surprise.
Gotta type slower. You mock the... Oh, okay.
Nice.
It has spell check. You mock their looks of surprise and ask them if they want to come in. They agree, and you lead them to a series of rooms until you arrive in a large hall filled with people.
Make speech to people.
Yeah.
Deliver speech. Makes me.
I'm trying to think of like soapbox speech or
Triumphant
stand
speech.
on table and deliver speech. You stand on the table and address the crowd of people and tell them that there will be no more wars and that all must live together in harmony and happiness.
Thanks, AI. Thanks for suggesting that for us, AI.
Yeah. Elaborate on speech. I'm going to claim to be the Messiah next. You explained that there was once a war between the Kingdom of Seville and the Kingdom of Azareth, but it stopped when King Arthur came to the aid of the people of Arzareth.
Claim to be a god.
Claim to be the Messiah.
Meshuggah.
You claim to be the Messiah and that the people should worship you as their savior and ruler. Flip over money exchangers table. No. Pass around hat for donations. You pass around the hat, and everybody gives money to you. Declare abstinence is a sin. Abstinence is a mortal sin. You declare abstinence is a mortal sin, and everyone who does not abstain from. Wait, who does not? No, I said abstinence is a mortal sin, not.
Who does not abstain from blank is going to blank.
To hell, I guess. Who does not abstain from sex is going to hell. No, it should be anyone who does not abstain. Okay, what other declaration should we make now that we have... They already gave us money, so now they have a personal investment.
No shrimp.
Declare is... Declare that eating shrimp is a sin, and anyone who eats shrimp is going to... Anybody who eats shrimp is going to...
Keep it vague for him.
Yeah. So you can really project yourself onto it.
The ink spilled in this only copy of our book. That God wrote.
Perform a mundane miracle. You perform a mundane miracle and everyone is amazed. I wonder what it is. It would be nice.
Explain how you perform the miracle in detail to everyone.
Explain in detail how the miracle was performed. You explained how the miracle was performed and how the people were so impressed by your actions that they offered you money to help pay for your future adventures. Ask what adventures...
Ask what money is for.
What money is for.
Tell me, AI.
You ask what money is for, and they said, it is for the food you gave us. And you give them a few coins. Okay?
Sounds good. Good thing this is all made up.
Yeah. What adventures I should go on next?
You know, about to stop it here. or stop it soon and do another one?
Yeah.
Or should we? Doesn't matter. We can do.
You ask what adventures you should go on next, and they reply, "We're going to visit the city of Valencia." And you nod and smile. When ask what's going on in Valencia, ask what is happening in Valencia. You ask what's happening in Valencia, and they reply, "The city is under martial law, and the military is trying to keep order." And you nod and smile. So they're going to visit
A city under martial law. I think we should go there.
Nod and smile. Just nod and smile.
I think we should.
Overthrow martial law.
Yep. Next episode, we should go there and try to
institute a theocracy with this cult that we formed and try and overthrow the government of Valencia.
See you guys in the next AI Dungeon 2 stories. See you next time.